Hello, hello, what is up? Today we do have Luri, Benny Nana. Today we have an English lesson. Yeah, it's been a while since I kind of shared an English lesson. I really always talk about confidence, but this time we talk about English lesson. And the English lesson today is stop calling everything a cap. Not everything is a cap. So, yes, hello, hey everyone. Welcome. Today, I want to teach you a few simple English words that people often confuse. And what are these words? Well, these words are, I'm going to write the words on YouTube. Yeah, it's so much easier for me to just write them on YouTube. And these words are lid, cap, thread, screw on, twist on, which is like the fillet. All these words. Yeah, today I have a lesson about all these words. And trust me, these words here, they sound simple, but using the wrong one can make your sentence really very confusing. So let me ask you, what do you call the thing that closes a cup? What do you call that thing that we use to close a cup? Is it a cap? Is it a lid? Does it have a fillet? What is it? Thank you, Miri, for sharing the live. And please, yes, if you want to know more about this, if you know people who want to fix this problem today, share this live with other people because today I'm sharing what do we call that thing that we use to close the cup? Is it a cap? Is it a lid? Does it have a fillet in it? We'll talk about this today. Now, first, let's talk about lid and cap. We normally use lid for something, and let me write this. Okay, I'm gonna write just this one here on TikTok. Lid, pin. So lid. We normally use lid, yeah, for something that covers the top of a container. Okay, like a imagine this is a coffee cup. So we can have, for example, a coffee cup lid. So we close the top of the coffee cup. Now imagine the food container where you put the food inside so you can take it to work and eat it at work. That thing they used to close this food container, Tupperware, is a lid. So you put the lid on top of your food container. Vu Li, thank you for following me. I'm sure, yes, this is definitely very enriching for you. And a pot. If we have a pot, things that we cook on, if you want to close that, you know when you close when you are cooking, that thing that we put on the top to close the pot for cooking on the stove, bam, fire. Yeah, this is a lid. So we use the lid for that as well. And a trash can, you know where you put the trash, that thing that opens so you can put the trash inside. This thing here on the trash, you have a trash can, you put the trash inside and you close with a lid. So this thing is a lid that closes in here. Yeah. So you can say, I'm going to write that on YouTube, but put the lid on the cup. Yo, bro, put the lid on the cup. That's an expression. Yeah. Or, hey, pay attention. Make sure the lid is closed. Because if the lid is not closed, you drink it, you drop the lid, and you drop the liquid all over your clothes. Yeah. So, yes, that's a sentence that we can use to talk about that. Now, we normally use cap. So, again, I'm talking about the difference between, let me write here on TikTok, lid versus on YouTube, it's already there, cap. So, what is that difference? So, lid is the one that I've just explained. And make sure you share this live. Yeah, if you think that's useful for you and for other people who might need to hear that as well. A cap is usually normally used for bottles, for tubes, for pins, or even some small containers. Yeah, but smaller ones, not like a food container, but a smaller container. For example, a bottle. I won't say the names here, but usually bottles they have the cap. Yeah. Yeah. Or maybe the other one, like, yeah, for beer or something like that. Yeah. Now, and then we have a toothpaste cap. You know, toothpaste that you put on the tooth brush and brush your teeth. That is a cap as well. Yeah. A pen. If you have a pen, I don't have a pen here actually right now. Um, but a pen also has a cap that you take it off, write with a pen, and then just put it back. Thanks for the like. Yeah, that really helps this video spread to other people. And we also have a gas. A gas also has a cap. So, for example, a cup, again, just reviewing, a cup normally has a lid, and a bottle, I don't have a bottle here actually, but a bottle usually has a cap. Yeah, that's the difference. But sometimes, of course, thanks Vilma, yeah, for liking the content. And sometimes, depending on the product, both words may be possible. Yeah, it's not necessarily that, but the safest rule is a wide container, something big. We usually use lid. If it's something narrow, a small opening, a narrow open, not big, narrow, we use cap. That is the main difference. Yeah, let me write it down again. Thank you for the like. I really appreciate the support. But that is the difference between lid and cap, basically, so far. Yeah. Now, imagine, yeah, the lid needs to rotate before it closes. So you can say, twist the lid on. Let me write down YouTube actually, but we twist the lid on. Yeah. And that means that the lid has threads. So imagine the lid in here has threads, and you turn it to attach to it so it doesn't come off. Yeah. So that's what the lid has. So the lid has thread. Thread. Yeah. And so for example, yeah. For example, we can say screw the tap, screw the cap back onto the bottle, mate. Yeah, so the liquid doesn't spill out. Yeah, so you screw the cap onto the bottle. Yeah, so screw on the bottle. Close. Yeah, screw, close. Screw, open. Cool. Now, what is the difference going in and going off? Well, we can say, let me write this down. We can screw it on, or the one that I said before, I have already said this one, we can twist it on. Yeah. So we can screw it on or twist it on. That bottle, especially the bottle. Yeah, I'm talking about the caps. Now, to remove it, we actually say unscrew it. You just add the prefix un. Yeah. So unscrew it. So yo, unscrew. Yeah, the cap from the bottle. Yeah, that's something you can say. Or twist it off. You can unscrew, open, or twist it off. Cool. Now, um, twist it on, screw it on, unscrew it, twist it off. Yes. Well, here, let's practice. I twist it on. I twist it off. I screw it on. I unscrew it. Yeah. You can write these sentences in the comments if that is useful for you and that you think, because active, learning is always much better than passive learning. So make sure that you comment. Yeah, that really helps you improve your skills. Yeah. So twist it on, screw it on, twist it off, unscrew it, take it off. Yeah. Now, what is a thread? Now, what makes the lid or cap stay attached to the cup? What makes it stay attached? Oh, I have something here that might look like a lid. Yeah. What makes it stay attached to the cup and not come off? Yeah. The small spiral lines are called threads. And the threads, you can say the lid has threads. And, or naturally, more naturally, actually, people would say the lid is threaded. So if the lid is threaded, you may also say it has a screw thread, of course. You can say, oh, this is a threaded lid, so you have to screw it on. And a common mistake is saying that the lid has a fillet. That is not correct. And this is something that was happening today. Actually, I was in the middle of a class and I was talking about this. One student of mine was talking about the lid or the cap being there and talk about fillets. I was trying to understand that what he was trying to say. And then together we figured it out. And that was interesting. Yeah. So I thought, okay, so let me bring this content to this class that can definitely be really helpful for everybody, actually, especially on a live like this. Cool. So the common mistake here is the lid has a fillet. We don't say the lid has a fillet. Oh, Bob is back. What's up, Bob? Thanks for the like. Thanks for the support. And so the lid has a fillet. This word is not correct. The word you need is thread. Repeat. Thread. Yeah, not fillet. Thread. Now, so what does fillet mean? Actually mean? Yeah. Well, in everyday English, a fillet is usually like a boneless piece of meat or fish. Yeah. Fillet of fish. Yeah. Imagine the fillet of chicken, fillet of meat. Yeah. Almost like a steak. Yeah. For example, I ordered at the restaurant. Yeah. I ordered a salmon fillet. Yeah. That's what a fillet is. Yeah. Fillet is. And in engineering or design, which was the situation that happened in my class today, was a fillet. Yeah, can also be used to be a round internal edge or corner of something, but it is not the spiral that allows a lid to screw onto a cup. Yeah, that is called this for unscrewing and screwing it on. It's a thread. Bob Lee, nothing much. Cool. Isaiah's Almeida, where are you from? Where are you from, Isaiah's? You tell me, where are you from, mate? Where Ate, Brazil, Ate, Brazil, of course. Yes, very good, mate. Oh my gosh, you're scaring me. And so, oh, Brazil, mate. Isaiah, I'm from Brazil too. Yes. From Brazil, but not necessarily always living in Brazil. Yes, living in different countries. But yes, born in Brazil for sure, mate. And okay, good. Yes. Um, so fish fillet, spiral lines, yeah, especially in a lid or in a cup, thread. Yeah, that's what it is. Now, please don't put a fish fillet on your coffee cup. Yeah, don't do that. Now, let's look at some natural examples here. It's a I'm just exemplifying with what I have, but this cup has a screw-on lid. Okay. Another example is twist the lid, twist the lid clockwise to close it. So, hey, excuse me, bro, how do I close this lid? Okay, twist it clockwise to close it. Yeah. Now, clockwise means in the same direction as the hands of a clock. Usually, I think to the right, yeah, because the clock is going to the right. Yeah, so twist it clockwise to close it. Yeah. Um, Another example, the threads on the lid are damaged. If the threads on the lid are damaged, it's a problem, yeah, because it doesn't work if it's damaged. You got to fix it or change the lid. Yeah. And make sure you share this live. So this live is even more and more interesting. So I share, there are more expressions coming in related to this topic about lids and caps. If you want to hear more, it's important that I have more people in. So please make sure you share and you like this content so other people benefited from it. Yeah, your support is very important for me. Kelvin Mayet. Woo, like a roller coaster. That is crazy. Very cool. Very cool, but I unfortunately, mate, I don't understand you. Louisa Yatha. How long do you believe we need for to speak with fluence? Isaiah. Well, good question. That's actually a very complex question because there really depends where you are with your English, Isaiah. If you already know some English, or if you don't know any English at all, yeah, or some people already know a lot of words, a lot of vocabulary. They can speak a lot, but they don't have a lot of confidence speaking. But fluency, that really depends. Because what is fluency? Fluency can be very different from person to person. Yeah, but if you consider my perspective of fluency, okay, fluency is being able to make a conversation flow. If the conversation flows, what is that? You deliver your message and you can understand what people are telling you, and you can have a good uh, coming and going of messages without hesitating too much or without pausing too much. This is fluency. It doesn't matter if it's 100% correct English. It doesn't need to be correct English. It just needs to flow both ways. Ask, answer, ask, answer, ask, answer. Yeah. If you have a good flow, that's fluency. And for this level of English, if you have the right dedication, if you have the right direction, the right feedback, the right program, and I have a program like that, I have built this in people with not much study. Yeah, studying normal. Yeah, I've had people achieve that in 7 months. For example, 7 months, 8 months is a good average of people who participate in my programs. 7, 8 months, they have a good flow. Some people even in 6 months, but that's more that's almost there, almost there. Yeah, this is a good average for people who are inside my program. If people promise you 2 months, 3 months, yeah, it's really hard, especially if you are super basic. But if you dedicate 5 6 hours a day or something like that, you might make it happen. Yeah, but you really need some dedication. Antonio, Charles Bronx. Yes, of course, mate. But of course, in my case, I don't fight people out there. I just fight uh, I help people fight their fear of speaking English. And after they fight their fear of speaking English, Yeah, they become much more confident and things can flow much better. Yeah, that is my fight, mate. Okay, it's not a fight the same as Charles from the UFC, right? He's good. A lot of people talk about that. Maybe you can share. Yeah, like maybe put my at there at Alan Bites on his TikTok, Instagram, whatever, and have me and him have a live together. That is a proposal. Why not? Yeah, not fighting. Okay, maybe I help him fight. I don't know if he has fear of speaking English. I never heard him speak English actually, but maybe I can help Charles of Bronx speak English. So please share my contact with him. Yeah, make sure you get a lot of people sharing my contact with Charles. Perhaps I can connect with him and help him with that. Yeah. How should I do to join your group? Bob Lee said. I think, Bob, I sent you a message on WhatsApp when you got in touch with me. If I haven't, please send me a message on WhatsApp and I'll explain to you how you can join me in my group. There are many different ways. If you guys are interested, there's a link here on my TikTok that takes you to my WhatsApp and I can talk to you there. Or there are other options that I can get in touch with you. Maybe get in touch with me on TikTok. If you are on YouTube, get in touch with me on TikTok or Instagram. Send me a message, and I will get in touch with you, and we can organize. And I'll show you, yeah, the different programs I have. I have different programs for different needs and different, um, of course, depending on your needs and um, your power to afford things. Yeah, if you want to learn quicker, of course, you need to invest a little more of your money and time, yeah, to achieve a result in a quicker way. And if you have patience to take it to a longer process, but still learn, still be part of a community, yeah, you can spend very little money, possible for almost, I think, every scenario possible, be part of a community and improve little by little. If your financial situation improves in this meantime, and we hope so, especially with better English, then you can invest in a better program so you can improve much quicker and you get in touch and you network and you connect with different types of people who will help you, yeah, with your process with English. Isla, what's up? What's up, people? Please make sure you like and you share because that's very important for me, for other people coming in. But let me go back here. Lids and caps and threads and fillets. Yep. You say, you know that olive oil, especially for you husbands out there and wives out there, it's not general, but sometimes we have the olive cup. There are a lot of olives inside. Oh, please, honey, open for me. And I can't unscrew the cap. It's too tight. It's difficult to open. It's too tight. I can't unscrew the cap. Open. Yes, unscrew. Yeah. Or another example that is common too, the lid isn't on properly. You know, when the lid is like this? Oh man, the lid isn't on properly. If you drink it, you're going to drop it and spill everything on you. Pay attention. Yeah. That's another good example of that. So let me go here. I can't unscrew the cap. It's so hard. Let me type it in for you guys on TikTok. I can't unscrew the cap. Somebody help me. Isaiah, I can understand a lot, but I'm get stuck about talking. Yes, and that's totally normal, Isaiah, because you are not. Do you study English actually? Do you study English with a school or something? Do you have a teacher? Do you have someone to guide you and to help you to show you the right directions on how to improve this problem that you have with getting stuck in talking? Lydiane, SEs. Well, and Um, yes, I've studied. Oh, you study alone. Wow, that's a very good thing. Yeah, uh, you are farther and farther away from many people because further because actually a lot of people don't have the discipline to study alone. And if you have the discipline to study alone and understand what I'm saying and understand what a lot of other people say and actually write good sentences here, the problem of speaking is because you don't speak. You've studied, yes. It's because you don't speak and you don't have the right directions and feedback. So, yes, being, as I was talking to Bob here, being part of a program, of a community, of something, yeah, where you have someone that will guide you through that process and someone to actually practice and speak with every week at least, yeah, it is something that will help you. Of course, you need the right guide, the right direction, but having someone with whom you can speak, that helps you a lot. If, um, of course, a lot of people don't have the discipline. Ah, my wife speaks English. My husband speaks English. My friend speaks English. My kids speak English. If you have someone who speak English, yeah, someone who speaks English, you can talk to that person in English. Sometimes, hey man, let's speak English once, twice a week or something. If you don't, or if you have this fear, I have some solutions. I have some ideas that can help you out with that. But get in touch with me, and I can tell you more about that for sure. Well, um, so again, exercise. First example: put the on the coffee cup. Put the on the coffee cup. What's the word? Put the on the coffee cup. Put the lid on the coffee cup. This is a lid. Put the lid on the coffee cup and close it. Now I'm talking about coffee cup. Now, after we put the lid on the coffee cup, you need to eat on. What's the name of this verb here with the lid? You need to twist it on, or you need to screw it on. Yeah, that's another action we can do with that. And the spiral lines that we have inside the lid are called thread. Yeah, these are the spiral lines. They are the thread. Yeah, that's all we have for this type of vocabulary. I got a like here. Thank you so much. Yeah, your like, your support is very important for me, for sure. And if this lid is on and I'm trying to remove it and I can't because it's really hard, you see, I can't remove it. I can't. What's the name of the action to remove it? Unscrew. I can't unscrew it. Yeah, that's another expression actually with the lid. I'm just shadowing. Yes, very good, Isaiah. Shadowing is really good. Yeah, with a lot of things. Yeah. Um, and you might even change your accent, the way you speak when you start shadowing. If you watch a movie with British people, you start to shadow and you sound like a British person. And then all of a sudden you repeat me now. Okay, very good. Yes, absolutely. Sounds really good. These definitely help you connect to the sounds of the words better. Yeah, pronounce things in a better way. Yeah, flow, intonation, yeah, pronunciation. So, yes, absolutely. You can shadow. That helps a lot. But again, the confidence and the flow and the fluency. Shadowing is good again for pronunciation, intonation, and all of that, how you connect the sounds. But for conversation, especially meetings, presentations, or real life conversations where it's necessary to, um, how can I say? Well, it's necessary to improvise because there's no script. it is necessary, extremely necessary, that you actually have people with whom you will speak. Yeah, because shadowing is kind of imitating, just copying. Yeah, but actually speaking, you have to pick up the ideas, pick up the words, yeah, and use your skills, whatever you know, with specific blocks or something like that, that will help you flow in the communication. So that's why it's necessary to have someone, not just shadowing. They are different skills, but one, of course, can help definitely complement the other, can be a good complement of the other. And again, a boneless fish, a piece of fish, is a fillet. Yeah, and that is the difference again between some of the words I said: lid, cap, fillet, thread, unscrew, screw, twist it on, twist. Yeah, screw it on, unscrew. Yeah, so now speaking of shadowing, please, you guys repeat after me: lid. Let me write it down. Oops, lid. So again, lid, cap. Again, cap. Yeah, that's another one. Another one, thread. Vibrate the tongue between your teeth. Thread. Yeah, thread. Actually, we don't vibrate for this one, but thread. Thread. Yeah. But make sure that you blow out when your tongue is between your teeth. Yeah. Thread. Thread. Yeah. No vibration for this one. Yeah, my bad. Thread. Now, here, another one. Threaded. Again, threaded. Now, connected speech. Twist it on. Twist it on. Or twist it off. Twist it on. Twist it off. Yeah. Let me go here. Twist it off. Twist it on. Twist it off. Or screw it on. Unscrew it. Screw it on. Unscrew it. Cool? Let me write it down so you repeat. Screw it on. Again, screw it on. Make sure you like, share. Good stuff. Unscrew it. Good for pronunciation. So again, screw it on. Unscrew it. Screw it on. Unscrew it. Thanks, Isaiah. Your like is very important for me. And fillet. I don't have one fillet here, but from the fish, yeah, we got a fillet for sure. And the full sentence would be: the cup has a threaded lid, so you need to screw it on. Again, the cup has a threaded lid, so you need to screw it on. This is the sentence. Yeah, this is the structure I'm sharing today. Yeah. So imagine you are at work and someone gives you a container. And the person asks, yo, how do I close this? Simply, yo, bro, just put the lid on and twist it clockwise. Remember clockwise? Yeah. So just put the lid on and twist it clockwise. Problem solved. And yes, make sure the threads are aligned so it's perfectly twisted on. Because if the threads are not aligned, you're not perfectly aligned, it's possible you twist it on like this and you have a faulty space here, faulty gap, And when you drink it, you drop it and you spill all the drink on your clothes. You don't want to do that at work, do you? I don't think so. Yeah, I thought so. So to align the threads again means to position, yeah, them correctly before you twist, before you are twisting it. Okay. So a common mistake people say is engenheiro, Dea, engineer. Common mistakes. Thanks for following, mate. Yes, let's go because actually this type of stuff, lids and caps and twisting and screwing, unscrewing, yeah, threads, all this stuff is very commonly used in engineering as well. Yeah. Actually, I do with some people. Yeah, if when they ask me, we do English for specific purposes, and we have English for doctors, for dentists, for engineers, for auditors, yeah, for a lot of types of professions. We actually specialize the content for the person's profession. Of course, there are cases and cases people actually need to have a certain level of English, but that's very quickly solvable. Yeah. Thanks for the like, engineer, Mr. Engineer. And um, so don't say close the cup because the cup itself does not normally close. We say close the lid, not close the cup, close the lid, or put the lid on the cup. Put the lid on the cup. Close the lid. Don't close the cup. Close the lid. Make sense? Again, don't say rotate the cap in the cup. Don't say that. No, 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 no. Rotate the cap in the cup. Don't say that. You say screw the cap onto the cup. Yeah. Let me write this down for you. Screw the cap onto the cup. Onto, by the way, it's just a more formal way of saying on. Let me make it simple for you. Yeah, but screw, put the lid, yeah, the lid, the cap, yeah, put the lid on the cup and screw the cap onto the cup. Yeah, that's what we say. And don't say it has a fillet. No, you say it has a thread. Yeah, it has a thread. Or it has a thread, or it is, you say, oh, this lid or this cap is threaded. So you can screw it in. Cool. So today you learned um, a cup usually has a lid. A bottle usually has a cap. You can twist or screw a lid on a cup or on a bottle. Yeah, the cap on a bottle, maybe. Yeah. And the spiral part you've learned today that it's called a thread and a fillet. I had the situation with an engineer in my class today. A fillet is usually something you eat, not something you use to close a cup like a thread. Filet is usually food. Yeah. So learning English is not only about studying difficult grammar or translating stuff. Yes, sometimes one small word can completely change how you clear, uh, how clear and natural you sound. So it's about a simple onto versus into. I can't use them in phrases. You and noised. So don't wait until your English is perfect to use. Use it, make mistakes, correct yourself, and keep going. Okay, so you and noised. Make sure you can use it, make mistakes, correct yourself, keep going, participate in communities. Yeah, if you think it's interesting, yeah, to listen more about how to be part of my community, I can help you understand more these things. Yeah, I share a lot of this stuff for free on my social media, of course, but to take your English to another level, you need to be part of something. Yeah, and this something might be or not. Yeah, but might be me that you are looking for. Yeah, and I'm sure that I can help you take your English to a much better level than whatever it is today, even for people who already have what they consider an advanced English. So, because I believe completely, yeah, I'm sure of that. Confidence is a skill, and skill, it's something that we can learn, we can develop, we can improve. Um, onto an into. Again, it's mostly, it depends, but there could be movement, usually something screw onto the cup, so there's movement onto, get into the car. Yeah, so there's movement to go into the car, it's not just in. I am in the car, let's get into the car, there's movement. Yeah, a simple difference for you here. Okay, just so it's clear and easy explainable. Yeah, to how to use onto and into in phrases. But thank you for joining me, and follow me. Make sure you follow me for more practical English, and send this live here to someone who is always confusing English words. Yeah, this live, I think on YouTube, I'm sure it's saved, maybe TikTok as well. And you can watch, or other people can watch after. Yeah. But thank you so much. Thank you for supporting me. And if you need more guidance, make sure you text me. Let's um let's get in touch. Cheers. Thank you. Have a good rest of your day. Yeah. And I'll try to come back sooner. Yeah. Thank you. Have a good one.